else other than work hard and advocate for kids and families. So I was fortunate to have the chance to be really on the front lines of a lot of change, helping to get the law that enabled kids with disabilities to go to school. Now, most of you may not have any reason to remember this because you weren't born, but there was a time in our country not so long ago when if you had a disability, if you lived in a school district, there was no requirement that they make accommodations for you. And literally millions of kids were denied an education. I went door to door, getting information about what was going on with these children so that I could contribute a report to a big national effort to go to the Congress and say, this is wrong in America, we're better than this. Open the doors of our schools to kids with disabilities. And then I was privileged to work to make sure that we got young people out of adult jails and prisons where they had no reason to be in the first place. So when Donald Trump talks about what I've been doing for the last 30 years, I welcome that. I welcome it because in the 1970s I was working to end discrimination and he was being sued by the Justice Department for racial discrimination. On women and said women's rights are human rights. Well, he was insulting Miss Universe, Alicia Machado. And on the day that I was in the Situation Room, watching the raid that brought Osama bin Laden to justice, he was hosting Celebrity Apprentice. So if he wants to talk about what we've been doing the last 30 years, bring it on. Since the end of World War II. And I have some specific ideas in mind. We are going to have a big investment in infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our tunnels, our ports, our airports, our water systems. They need to be upgraded and maintained and built. That is a question of competitiveness. We have to have a competitive economy. Our airports are so run down, we don't even have one airport in our entire country in the top 25 of the world because we're not using the newest technology. We're not really prepared to do what we need to invest in you and invest in those new jobs. I do want to bring advanced manufacturing. I heard Ted Strickland talking about that. I think we can have a manufacturing renaissance. There is no reason that we cannot own new manufacturing. I'm not interested in a race to the bottom and competing for low-wage jobs. I'm interested in competing for the high-wage jobs. So let's lead in precision machining, 3D printing. And let's be the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. Some nation's going to have that title. I think it's either going to be Germany or China or us. It should be us. No question it should be. that could bring us into the forefront of this, and we're going to do it. When I am president, I want